We're going to discuss the midpoint formula. The midpoint formula is used to find the midpoint of a line segment. So in other words, the distance on both sides of the midpoint are equal. So let's take a look at this example. We have a line segment that starts at point 0.25 and goes to point 0.36. We want to find what the coordinates are of the midpoint of the line. The midpoint formula is x plus 1x2 over 2. That will give us the x coordinate. y1 plus y2 over 2 gives us the y coordinate of the midpoint formula. So we're going to use this formula, and if we take the example that we had before, you can see we took the x value of 2 and added it to 3. So from 2 to 3, that's our x coordinates. We're going to divide that in 2. Do the y coordinate, 5 plus 6. Again, you're just taking the y coordinate at both points, 5, 6, and that becomes 11 divided by 2. So your midpoint is 5 halves, comma, 11 halves. If given the midpoint and the endpoint, find the other endpoint. So now in our example down here, you will see that we have an endpoint on the left of negative 4, 3, and our midpoint is negative 2, 6. We need to find the endpoint here on the right, and what are the x and y coordinates of that one? We're still going to use the same formula that we used for the midpoint when we knew both endpoints. So now what we're going to do is we're going to plug in what we know so far, and then we're going to solve for the missing variables. In other words, it looks like this. For the x value, I have negative 4 plus x over 2 will get me the midpoint of negative 2. On the right, if I take the y value 3 plus the endpoint y divided by 2, I get the midpoint y value of 6. So by simply applying some algebra, multiplying both sides by 2, I'm now going to get negative 4 plus x equals negative 4. Add 4 to both sides, and we get x is equal to 0. So we can see that our first point, is going to be a 0 for our endpoint. Okay. So let's continue and take a look at the one on the right. 3 plus y is equal to 6. We're going to multiply both sides by 2, multiply the other side by 2, and so now what we're going to get is 3 plus y is equal to 12. And we just finished solving. So subtract 3 from both sides. And we get y is equal to 9. So our midpoint formula has given us that the second endpoint is going to be 0, 9. And that is our endpoint.